And we are starting off with Waterdeep Dragon Heist. I'm joined here by Bralef and the Coffee Lich. I'm very excited to start things off. I'll turn it to you.
Welcome back, everybody who decides to tune in. We're moving over to a new campaign, Waterdeep Dragon Heist, keeping the same characters for Bralef and Lightning. Those two want to describe their characters for us real quick.
My character is Daffodil Silly Pickles. She's a tiny little ghost who probably used to be a fairy. She sometimes forms the head of a suit of armor, and she carries around a wooden block with a bunch of faces on it named Blockhead. And her class slash race is that she's the Lingering Soul class that Matthew Mercer made. And for her race, I just went with custom lineage from Tasha's Cauldron.
All right. Over to me. I'm playing once again as Dulce de Leche, also known as Dolce. She is one of my many variant humans because to me, feats are incredibly exciting and you don't get feats at level 1 unless you are variant human. So that, among other reasons, is why that is her race, her lineage. She is a fighter. For about 80% of the previous campaign, she was an Eldritch Knight, but we'll see what transpires this time. Yeah, she has spent a lot of time in Waterdeep, but I'm excited to see what new things and new adventures she encounters. That's it for me.
Nice. All right. I'm gonna have to ask you guys to give me one moment.
Okay.
So, let's see. Our adventure is going to pick up in a location that your characters will no doubt recognize, which has a new musical soundtrack.
Woo.
Welcome back to the Yawning Portal Tavern.
Oh, hell yeah.
An illustration absolutely awash with named characters from throughout the D&D multiverse. And I could be wrong, but I think that a sizable number of the listed characters are in fact spoilers for this exact campaign.
Nice.
Can't wait till we fight number 85.
Yeah, 85 look like a loser. Let me look for number. Does it even go up to 85? Yeah, 85 looks like a loser. Oh, I don't know what that is.
But I'm pretty sure that's Matt Morsel.
Yeah.
Matt Mercer, if you're listening, I'm sorry, I take it back.
22 up here, famous D&D character Minsk. Famously created in Baldur's Gate 3 and never existed before that.
Yep.
Ooh, I recognize this guy. Number 42 down here is Drist Dualden.
Ooh.
One of the most famous drow in all of D&D canon.
Nice. I recognize the name.
Fun fact, he stars in his own series of books, and I made it all the way through the first, 3 chapters of the first one.
Impressive.
Before actually losing interest and losing the book as well.
Oh.
I have no idea what it is.
Impressive.
I imagine Vi's got to be in here somewhere.
Who?
Gnome Artificer.
Gotcha.
Love the dude just being attacked by a zombie on the left.
Yeah. Neither of them are labeled. They're just.
Yeah.
It's just a random waiter here who is about to die.
No, that's he's into that.
Gotcha.
The dude on the stairs apparently isn't going to help him because he's not labeled either.
Yep. I'm going to assume that 21 is a specific character that we are going to meet soon. But I am not 100% certain.
Oh my god, it's Volo.
Due to art style inconsistencies.
I think Volo has some colored hair.
Number 55 down here, very important character. This is Donan.
Yeah.
The actual owner and operator of the Yawning Portal. He used to be a very successful adventurer in his day, and he used his money from his adventuring days to build this tavern around the this well in the center, the Yawning Portal itself, which is what we used to descend down into the Dungeon of the Mad Mage for our previous adventure. Which fun fact is going to be referenced at various points during this campaign, but only ever referred to as Undermountain, which is the actual term in universe for it, as opposed to Dungeon of the Mad Mage, which is just the campaign title. I am very curious as to who all these people are.
I'm looking at 56 is like I'm gonna assume that's the customer to the left of the number and not the person helping behind the counter.
Oh boy.
Damn. Unnamed woman. Don't worry, Dolce. You've got this.
I'm curious who 60, 61, and 62 are supposed to be.
True. Yeah, 62 looks like a fun, spunky little kid. Hope nothing bad happens to them. I mean that genuinely. I don't know who that is.
Given that they're barefoot, I assume that they're a halfling, not a kid.
Oh, that's offensive me. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, 85 is definitely Matt Morsor. You can see that he's got dice and the character sheet on his table, and he's probably reading a dungeon DM's guide or something.
Yep.
Yeah, this is
means
cute.
he's canon to Forgotten Realms now.
Yeah, Matt Morsor canonically exists. He is considered a god. They're all clerics of him.
Nice.
Alright. I've got some last minute things I've got to take care of.
Honestly, the only one that I think I could actually list off would have been number 55. There's like at least 2-3 redheaded people here that I'm like, all right, you're probably that one person's boyfriend. Yes. Yes, I remember all sorts of things.
Evidently.
Yeah, so confidently that I can even list their names, which I definitely didn't do. Is this like, I'm wondering if this art is new, because this, I remember seeing a cross section of the Yawning Portal, but I feel like it was in a different style. This was a little cartoony, it's a little fun.
No idea.
I like that we come out of the well, and all of a sudden, this is what the Yawning Portal looks like, instead of the old picture.
Yes.
Got way busier while we were in there.
Ooh, I wonder if I can zoom in on the. Okay, I see fine wine or fire wine, mint wine, champagne de l'estompe, which I think also shows up in Curse of Strahd. Burluskin Dark, Gorgonzi, Lathander's Red, and Undermountain Allurliath behind the bar, and Ceylonian Topaz. Yeah, I only really recognize Champagne de l'estompe as far as alcohol goes back here. I like the normal things that are happening in front of Matt Mercer over here. We have one of Dolce's friends, number 80.
Mm. Yeah, no one seems to give a shit about this poor person being eaten by an intellect devourer.
They probably had it coming.
Not an intellect devour. That's a quick.
Oh.
You fool!
Oh.
Yeah, it's not. It's what are they again?
Well,
Yeah.
Oh, the beaks. The intellect devourer is seated on the lap of 78, right?
Yes.
Okay. Like from the D&D
The ball-
movie.
Quicks also have beaks and tentacles, so I end up getting them confused.
Number 79 meant to be a Dwergar, or
79? I don't know.
I guess he doesn't have the gray skin. He just looks like an evil dwarf or something.
I really enjoy that particular depiction of a mind flail.
Yeah.
They don't even usually have more than 2 eyes, so I don't know what that guy's doing with 6. He stole 4 eyes from other people.
It's a small beholder, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
I think there is a
think
smaller
that-
version of Beholder, isn't there?
There are a couple different versions of beholders that are smaller, but they like that one. They usually don't have the full 10 eye stalks. Like you usually only get the full 10 eye stalks if you're a true beholder. There are a lot of like lesser beholders out there. Which sounds like, you know, a mean way to express it, but that's how we differentiate the various like creatures in real life. True spider versus not a true spider, you know. So, I have finally finished my last minute stuff that I was quite surprised that the game didn't help with at all. So, we're going to pick up with the actual game now. So, it's been like a week or so since the two of you crawled out of the yawning portal well with your new friends Sylvain and Bedge in tow. You spent your time recovering from your terrifying adventures. The two of them had to take a little while to like sort out their complicated emotions about mind control and in both of their cases death and resurrection.
I've been there.
Yeah,
Both.
it's your unique experiences as a party definitely helped them cope with the idea of coming back to the realm of the living after death. But after a couple of days of recuperation, the two of them did decide to set out on adventures once again, where the two of you have remained in Waterdeep. Whether or not your goal was to find further adventure or in the city or keep resting up is unclear to me and determined entirely by you. But we are now going to pick up the adventure again. So, one day after saying goodbye to your new friends Sylvain and Bedge, you wander back to the yawning portal to enjoy the atmosphere, the company of other adventurers exchange vague pleasantries with Donan and maybe reminisce on your terrible adventures under the mountain. And now we go to our first description. You sit around a sturdy wooden table lit by a brightly burning candle and littered with plates cleared of food and half-drained tankards. The sound of gamblers yelling and drunken adventurers singing bawdy songs nearly drown out the off-key strumming of a young bard 3 tables over. Then all the noise is eclipsed by a shout. "Ya pig! Like killing me mates, does ya?" Then a 7-foot-tall half-orc is hit by a wild swinging punch from a male human whose shaved head is covered with eye-shaped tattoos. 4 other humans stand behind him, ready to jump into the fray. The half-orc cracks her knuckles, roars, and leaps at the tattooed figure. But before you can see if blood is drawn, a crowd of spectators clusters around the brawl. What do you do?
Bralef. Sorry, I have to defer to you for this one for reasons.
Yeah.
You want to kill them all? Like, what you feeling?
So there's a crowd gathered around a half-orc and a human who are now duking it out.
A half-orc and a collective 5 humans, I believe.
Alright. Daffodil is going to fly into the center, fly into the fray and go,
Oh.
"Yeah, Bob roll!" and swing a fist through one guy, which goes completely through his head and doesn't do anything.
Okay, so you're not wearing your armor when you do this, then.
No.
Okay.
In fact, she flies out of her armor and it clatters to the ground as she does so.
I look over at the armor that has just clattered to the ground and sigh a little, as if I think I might have to pick it up if she doesn't come back to reconstitute it around her.
Nope.
Alright. So you're gonna fly over and shout Boa Brawl and put a spectral fist through one person's head.
Yep.
Doing nothing in the act. Is this correct?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Exacerbating the situation, I see. I'm glad I deferred to you for this.
Well, simply put, let's see. Oh, 1 sec here.
What does the book say about when a player character who's a ghost tries to punch one of the guys, but it doesn't do anything?
It says the DM gets to kill the ghost again.
Ah.
I'm just kidding.
Quite unclear if this counts as getting involved or hanging back.
I would say it counts as getting involved. And I do have a plan to get more involved, but that was just that was my opening play.
Terrific. Okay. So, important question then. Who did you...
One of the humans.
You pretended to punch one of the humans. Okay.
Mhm.
Alright. Give me 1 sec. That's the wrong page. One of these guys has a name, but he So, like, he is important enough to have a name, but he is not important enough to have
Messed up.
ult.
Oh.
He doesn't have ult, and he doesn't have a token.
Oh.
Does he have a stat block?
He has the default bandit stat block, as do
Nice.
all of these guys here. Because he's not a significant character, but he has potential to pop up again,
Yeah.
depending on player choices and actions.
He doesn't even have the iconic red token with like yellow font text that fulfills the important enough to have a token but not important enough to have art.
Correct. He doesn't even have that.
Wow.
There's another character that I would have assumed would have been important enough to at least get that, but he doesn't even have that. And that guy's got like a description. Okay. Genuinely not sure how to even, I'm just.
I can escalate it further if that would make things easier to play.
No, the question that I'm tackling here is like, do I want to put these guys on the map that you're on and have the fight just be theater of the mind, or do I want to put you guys on the map that they're on? At which point I have to deal with the fact that you have 5 identical non-human dudes to represent 5 different human dudes, one of whom is supposed to be distinguishable by the fact that he has a name. But let's go with the easier route. Put you guys over here.
Ooh.
I'm gonna put Silly Pickles there. Put you right there because he flew in and punched someone in the face.
Mm-hmm.
Allegedly. No, I'm kidding.
Why is Blockhead the only one that was the right damn size?
Blockhead's the only one of us who's real.
Yep, guess so. I wonder if I can do this, actually. Let's see how this walks out.
I see you're trying to appeal to Dolce's desires, putting in a lady who's 20 feet by 20 feet.
What was that you just said, Lightning?
Oh, because when she first showed up, she was 20 by 20, so I was like, appealing to Dolce, I see.
Yes. Alright. Made a token for this character. I guess this character must be somewhat recalling because she's got an actual fucking art handout. So
Is that half orc?
yeah, this is Yagra Stonefist. She is the half-orc in question. So, Silly Pickles having jumped into the fray, I am going to now... Where'd that button go? Call for initiative.
Fantastic.
I'm going to have to do this for another entire campaign. I gotta go through and do the never
public
wistful
stuff.
roll on
Yeah.
every individual entity again. Alright. See if this actually shows up.
Yep, I see him.
Nope.
Well, at least the 5 initiatives.
Okay. I don't think it's worth changing out the encounter music here, so we're just gonna
Works for
keep
me.
the Portal music by Travis Savoy going. Fun fact: Travis Savoy actually did an official soundtrack for
For
Waterdeep
Waterdeep Dragon Heist, yes.
and he did like less than one song per chapter, which is not especially helpful for me.
Well, that's okay.
Okay.
His RPG toolkits are pretty good for the supplement, I'd say.
True, but I'm poor, so I don't want to buy every single song he's ever.
Mhm.
So first up is Dolce. You've got 5 dudes who don't look especially tough. Looking to beat down this poor defenseless half-orc twice their size.
The fiends.
You mentioned that there was an individual who had eye tattoos. Is that any of these 5?
That'd be this guy, who hopefully you can see the name
Yes,
on.
actually. Krentz. I see he
Yes.
also had it tattooed on the... Oh, yeah, how convenient that he has his name tattooed there so that we could all see.
Yeah, he has all the eye tattoos. He also just has Krentz tattooed on his forehead. Helps to distinguish you from your 4 identical twin brothers. Well, anyway, Dolce, you are up.
Mm-hmm.
What is
All right.
yours?
I'm looking over my character sheet and lamenting my lack of ability to push someone 5 feet, such as through some sort of like Swarm Keeper Ranger ability or like a shove that Dolce wouldn't be good at anyway. Because, all right, by
Everyone-
the pit.
Everyone can shove.
Yeah.
I think that does go back to the idea of Dolce wouldn't be good at it anyway.
Yeah,
though.
true.
Yeah, unless she activated some new fancy ability right now, which I'm still on the fence about anyway. Sorry, I'm trying my best to also like view this as a new bystander who, like, oh, there's a bar fight happening with people I definitely don't know anything about. Well, since these people are ganging up on that poor defenseless half-orc twice their size, correct?
Yeah.
Sure. Here's what I'm going to do. Dolce is going to move 5, 10, 15 so that she can flank with Daffodil Silly Pickles. She is going to pull out an umbrella and sock him straight in the face. The 17.
Yep. That definitely hits.
All right, 7 bludgeoning.
Well, that's normally a pretty middling roll. This guy does not seem to be very experienced in the art of combat. So you just kind of like hit him dead on in the face. Looks like you broke his nose, and he is not taking it well. Frankly, it's a little embarrassing. Like you'd think if you're getting into a bar fight, you'd think you'd be like willing to take. You'd think you'd be more able to take your lumps, but it's a little, it's a little pathetic, if I'm being honest.
But it sounds like he's still up then and also offended.
He's too busy like fighting back tears to be offended right now.
All right. Well, I guess perhaps while he's fighting back these tears, I'll hit him again.
Hits. Yep, and that is enough to bring him down. How do you want to do that?
Yeah, so like with the umbrella, like I socked him in the face. The tears are flowing. I am just gonna like aim lower this time, sock him straight in the gut so that he am I doing this lethally? I guess is this.
You tell me.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I probably should have specified beforehand, as per required by the rules. But I probably would have tried to drop him non-lethally, so I'll like sock him in the gut with the umbrella to knock all the wind out of him so that he collapses to the ground, not able to do anything anymore.
All right, sounds good to me.
5, 10, 15, and then I'll go 20, 25, and kind of like put up my fisticuffs, umbrella still in tow with this guy in front of him, kind of like give him a little wink, not to hit on him, but I'll be like, oh, come and hit me. But I'll probably end my turn there.
All right. So next up is this guy right here, and he is going to... We'll say that this is the guy that Silly Pickles just tried to punch in the face. He didn't really register that your fist went through his head. He fully believes that he just masterfully dodged that blow.
Mm-hmm.
But you saw pretty clearly, like your spectral fist was like right between his eyes.
Yeah.
So he is going to swing at you with a scimitar. He also does not seem to have really registered the fact that you're a ghost. Maybe if he did, he would be a little bit more freaked out in this situation. But in the immediate moment, he is just going to swing his scimitar at you with a natural 20. Holy shit!
First one of the campaign.
Nice.
He gets a max roll on one of his dice and a minimum roll on the other for 8 slashing damage to you.
Reduced to 4 because I'm resistant to slashing damage. Reduced to 2 because I'm going to use my reaction to...
It's about sending a message.
Oh, we're
Alright.
fighting with weapons, huh? She says.
Oh,
Yep, pretty much.
we're going lethal. Got it. Picks up, dropped. What was the thing that Sushi did? It's like, oh, I thought so we're going non-lethal. What was the spell that he like dropped?
Oh, he was like midway to casting Fireball, and then he was like, "Oh, we going non-lethal," and then like fizzled that out and swapped to casting Sleep.
There's a creaking sound from the southwest, and you just turn to see Blockhead facing the fight now. But, yeah.
Yeah, you do get having registered the don't you picked up Bible. The fact that bandit was swinging at you with the scimitar, you both notice these guys do not look like they are here for a ball. These guys are in fact armed, suggesting that maybe there was some more going on to this fight than you initially thought. There's worse blood going on here than looked at first. So next up is going to be this guy, and he's going to go 1, 2, and he is also going to attack Silly Pickles because Yagua does not have a stat block.
What? I'm really surprised that Yager does not have a stat block, but
That's very funny.
The book said so. She does have a stat block in a sense. The game. What is it? How does it?
when she transforms into the final boss. Oh, I'm sorry, Bralef. That was spoilers. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, Yagua does not have a stat block at all, actually. I thought that it said that she uses the mercenary stat block, and then it linked the appendix where that stat block was given. No, it actually does just say that it actually just references her yawning portal friendly faces handout in Appendix C. So yeah, Yago does not have a stat block, which is very weird. That she is recurring enough to have an alt handout, which she is not important enough, despite being in the literal first fight of the campaign. She does not get a stat block with which to participate in that fight.
See, part of the reason why I held off on making a decision at the very beginning was like, oh, what if, the players choose to side with the 5 dudes, right? Against the half orc. Like, clearly she should have a stat block then. But
Yep.
I guess not. I guess they're always like, oh, I'm sure the players will choose the side of good.
Yeah, interestingly enough, it... Oh, wait, forgot about that. Interestingly enough, it does actually specify that if you join the fight on the side of Yagra, then you have to fight Krentz and the other bandits. But if you join the fight on the side of Krentz, your only option is to pull Yagra away from him using a contested strength check. It's not part of the actual description, so I forgot to read about that part. But yeah, by the time you guys get in here, let me move this guy over. Yagra is supposed to have Krentz like pinned to the ground. And she's like pummeling him by the time that you actually get involved.
I see.
Doesn't especially matter because I also knew where the allegiances were gonna go, but
Nice.
So anyway, this bandit right here gonna take a swing at Silly Pickles, and I believe a 16 misses. Is that correct?
I'm not wearing my armor, so it actually hits.
16 hits for 1 slashing damage to you.
Yep.
These guys are genuinely doing better than a surprising amount of dudes who are fighting you at your full strength near the end of Dungeon of the Mad Mage. Next up is this guy who is going to take a swing at Dolce with his scimitar. Aha! 20.
Well, if I still had shield, that would have broken through even that. So I think I will be taking that.
Okay. And it's going to be the end of his turn. Now, Krentz here is actually very heavily wounded and is going to try his best to get the fuck out of here. Let's see. Trying to escape from under a gun. I'm just gonna have Brent roll a strength check for this, and I'm just gonna say like if he gets like a 12 or higher, he manages to get out from underneath her. 14. All right, Brent is good to go, and he is gone. Gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And he wants nothing to do with this fight that he started.
Smart man.
And next up is Silly Pickles. It is your turn now.
Silly Pickles is going to attempt to possess this dude.
Psychological warfare. I like it.
Gotta
This dude.
Yep, charisma save equal to, I want to say like 16 or 17 or some shit. I'll find out. He fails.
Not a 4, so.
So Silly Pickles disappears into this dude's body, and he's just gonna kind of slowly walk over to the edge of the well.
Wow, that's fucked up.
Well.
And then he is going to hear himself say out loud, I think everyone here should reconsider our life choices.
Damn it!
And that'll be the end of Silly Pickle's turn.
You did what I wanted to do. Have someone fall to their death. Dang it!
He hasn't fallen yet.
So, you said he's gonna go heal.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Is that the end of your turn?
That'll be the end of my turn.
Dolce, you're up.
All right.
We believe in escalating situations in this household.
Does it look like? Oh, okay. Out of curiosity, does it look like they are reconsidering their life choices, or are they like, oh, Greg's talking bullshit again? Let's ignore what he has to say and keep going with life, unabated by things like therapists or self-reflection.
I'm gonna roll for this guy up top, and I'm gonna roll for that guy down bottom. I'm gonna give them a DC 10 Wisdom save. And if they roll above 10, then they are not concerned with this obvious bluff. And if they roll below a 10, they are going to reconsider their life choices as their coworker contemplates suicide in front of them. So rolling for the top guy. Nope. Yeah, he remains steadfast in his resolve, and the guy at the bottom. Yep. No.
They don't give a fuck about this guy.
Greg has pulled this sort of bullshit in the past. What with his moral compass BS. So
Okay, well, let me ask. How does Greg feel about what Greg is doing right now?
Who cares what Greg thinks? He's a fucking loser with a moral compass. Greg isn't too pleased about the idea that you are about to, like, throw him off a fucking cliff. So, like, if given the opportunity, I'm sure Greg would, like, run away and not engage in this fight any further. But, you know, Greg doesn't have that much of a say in the matter at the moment.
Okay. Well,
Dolce, you up?
yes. She will go ahead and sorry, what kind of weapons are the bandits wielding?
Scimitars. They've also got, like, crossbows.
Scimitars. Contrary to what the first episode of The Legend of Vox Machina, a Prime Video exclusive, hashtag non-sponsored, would tell you, scimitars are not conducive to bar brawls. So I'm really tempted to choose lethal action here, but I will still continue to strike with the umbrellas. So I will actually first strike this person right here with an umbrella. Unfortunate.
Rather surprisingly.
Well, I will spin and strike again with the umbrella.
You catch him just as he's about to start laughing at you for missing that false attack.
Ah, the old laugh and whack gets him every time.
Alright. You smack him right across the face right as he starts to laugh in yours, and you definitely take him out of the moment, I will say, but you do not take him out of the fight.
Okay. Well, I think that's it for me on my turn, honestly.
Okay. Well, next up is Greg. So Greg is going to spend his turn going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Joke's on you, silly pickles. He's getting both of you arrested. That's going to be the end of Greg's turn, and next up is this guy who is going to go 1, 2, 3, and take a swing at Dolce with a 10. Assuming that misses then.
A 10 will miss. She'll kind of like I guess, bend in such a way that she just dodges it.
Nice. Next up is the guy that you just hit in the face, and he also misses.
Nice. She bends over the other way.
Impressive. Next up is Krentz. Gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and he kind of shoves Greg out of the way.
Incredible. I'm going on an adventure with Greg.
I'm going to, at this point, take Krentz out of the fight.
You don't know. I could have Greg attack Greg. I'm not going to, but I could.
I mean, yeah, you could if you want to escalate the situation again.
Is it my turn?
Yes.
In Greg's head, he's just gonna hear, "You can't run away. I'm inside you," and Greg's gonna start punching himself in the face.
Aha! The suicide ploy was all a lie. I was gonna kill you anyway. Alright.
I guess
So
he
Greg-
is doing what I suggested he should do, so maybe I shouldn't punch him in the face.
It's just negative reinforcement, completely contradicting the instructions you just gave him. You're gonna push him even farther and harder down a life of crime. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, all right. Now that you put it that way, yeah. At the start of my turn, I will depossess Greg
Okay.
and say, "See, was that so hard?"
He looks too horrified to speak.
I go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And these guys don't seem like they're backing down, so now that Blockhead's finished his drink, he's gonna fly at this guy
Okay.
non-lethally. It's a 14 hit.
Yep.
12 bludgeoning damage.
Yeah, you drop that guy instantly. That's more than his max health.
And then he's gonna fly at the next guy.
Yeah, that hit. Yeah, same situation actually. That's more than his max health, so you instantly KO that guy as well.
Showing an unusual amount of restraint, Blockhead just kind of nonchalantly bonks them on the head rather than blattering it across the ceiling.
Nice.
Yeah, the blockhead special. I understand.
Yep. Is that going to be the end of your turn?
Yep.
Great. Well. Right as the fight seems to be winding down, you hear the sound of stone chipping, getting progressively louder and louder from the well in the center of the tavern. And before long, a massive green hand reaches up from within the well and grabs onto the side and pulls up the staggering hulk of a troll.
Kids have learned how to climb. The bar is doomed.
Yep. Let's see.
The well is pretty fucking deep, right? This guy's dedicated.
Yeah, that was basically my first thought when I read that. I was like, what the fuck? That's like 200 feet down.
It's
This
like
is bullshit.
it's like
They're all...
brick, right? Or is it stone?
It's large stone bricks.
Okay, I was right. Both times.
Yep. Here's the real fun thing. There are no trolls on the first, 3 floors of the entire dungeon.
I forgot about that.
Of the entire dungeon, the Mad Mage. So, I didn't look at floor 4. Maybe there are trolls, but that would still mean that this troll went bare minimum from floor 4 all the way to the first floor, and then climbed out the fucking well.
This dude was living on floor 17, and one day just decided, you know what? Today I'm gonna choose violence.
Man flesh. So, with that, I think that is a perfectly reasonable time to change to a different fight song.
It's okay, guys. We've got Drizzt and Minsk and Matt Mercer, and we've got the most powerful room of adventurers in all of the Forgotten Realms. I think we're gonna be fine. We can handle one troll.
No, they're all out right now.
Ah, we're doomed.
Nope.
What about the barkeep? Isn't he? You said he was an adventurer. He used to be.
Fun fact about that, actually. So you do get to notice as well that the troll does not actually appear to be alone.
Oh.
There are a number of strange bat-like creatures hanging off of it in various parts. And as soon as the troll enters into the tavern proper, where is it? The barkeep, Donan, the single voice in the tavern, not screaming in fear, shouts out, "Troll!" and then immediately jumps over the bar and draws his great sword to engage in fight as 9 Sturges fly off of the troll's body and begin swarming the tavern patrons.
Yo, trolls and Sturges have a symbiotic relationship. That's awesome.
Interesting.
I'm gonna take Greg out of initiative order at this point.
Greg, come back and help!
There is no timeline in which Greg was gonna come back.
Greg,
and
get
help
back
us.
here!
Donan does not have a stat block or a token. I don't know why, but he doesn't.
But it does specify he jumps in and helps.
Yes. Oh wait, no, Donan does actually have a stat block.
I was gonna say it's like
I'm gonna guess he's a champion.
No, it's a Chuck Norris situation. All attacks automatically hit. Damage
Or
is
a veteran.
automatically maxed out.
Donan is not a champion. Donan is actually just Donan. Donan is a custom character.
Fuck yeah! Good for him.
Donan's kind of. Oh, neat.
Donan's kinda
he has fighter levels.
Cool.
Well, he doesn't have fighter levels, but he is a fighter. He had
His stat block suggests he has fighter.
he has indomitable.
Yeah, there you go.
What the fuck is a double crossbow?
Whatever it is, he fucked it up.
Yeah, he fucked up big time. Donan makes 4 melee attacks. He's a level 20 fighter.
Yeah, he is.
Holy shit. I love that he can only make 4 melee attacks because he has the crossbow and did not take the crossbow export fee. So, fun fact.
He rolled such good damage on the crossbow damage too.
Yeah. So, fun fact, the way this is supposed to go, because anyone in the audience who is unaware, we are currently running Waterdeep Dragon Heist, which is a weird pick for after playing Dungeon of the Mad Mage, which famously goes from level 5 to level 20 in terms of character levels, because Waterdeep Dragon Heist goes from level 1 to level 5. So we're going to be scaling things up a bit. And one of the ways that we're scaling this up is, in this fight, Dornan and Yagra are supposed to kill the troll, and the players are supposed to fight the soldiers, because they're supposed to be level 1 and the troll will eat them. Our characters at this point are more than capable of taking on a troll, I feel. So we're gonna leave the troll to you guys, and we're going to insult Donan's capabilities by having him take out the soldiers off screen.
Legit, when the Sturgis came out, I thought it's like, oh, that's what's gonna keep Durnan and the other ones occupied while we take down this troll. I see, but looks like I have my understanding reversed.
Yeah, it is supposed to be the other way around, but that is how we're going to handle it. Because yeah, this troll wouldn't survive for very long in a fight against Donan. So, Dolce, you are up.
Ooh, okay. All right. Well, I guess. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Does Yagra look like she's in a condition to, like, does it look like she's gonna try to take down the troll, or that, I think you said the Sturges? She's on Sturge duty?
She's also on Sturge duty because she doesn't have a stat block, so she's not really allowed to participate in the fight at all.
Okay, so I'll go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Will it be extra movement for me to leap over this table that's to my northwest?
It's not. It's never extra movement to.
Oh right, I asked you this last time.
It's just that it uses some of your movement to jump over something.
Okay.
So like a 10-foot jump still uses 10 feet of your movement.
Okay. Then if it's okay with you, I'll go 35, 40. I know. I guess I'm getting in the way of her and the Sturge, but I'm standing here specifically to get between her and the troll, and I'll mutter something about, oh god, it's kind of, Dolce will mutter something about like, stay back, ma'am, I'll protect you, or something like that. Smooth like and everything. Yeah. She'll hold her action to attack if the troll gets closer to her. It's gonna be very funny if the troll ends up going counterclockwise. But yeah. I'll stop there.
The troll just jumped, having delivered the soldiers to the tavern as it was hired to do. The troll jumps back down into the yawning portal, takes 20 d6 of falling damage, and after a couple of rounds, gets back up due to its regeneration. Silly Pickles, you are up. Yeah, you can. If you've ever like seen a video game where like a bunch of important NPCs are fighting like regular chaff enemies, but like they have to be fighting them forever, and so they're just kind of like going through like random like weapon swinging animations and no one's hitting anything. That's basically what Donan and Yagra are going to be doing with these soldiers.
Alright. So Pickles is going to use her bonus action, and the armor that she left sitting around her table is going to fly around her and form up. She's going to fling Blockhead to get him closer to the troll. I think that was 30 feet. Yep. And then she's going to move 5, 10, 15, 20. And then attempt to slam Blockhead into the troll. Let's fucking go!
Nice. Alright. Check.
Very nice.
What the fuck is this variant thing? Okay, I'll have to look into that later.
Silly Pickles know how trolls work. Because I know how they work.
You know, I don't know. Give me a history check. I'm
Great at that.
I
6.
still am just no. You don't really know how trolls walk. You imagine that they walk roughly on the level of if you beat it up enough, eventually it stops moving, right?
Like anything.
No, silly pickles. That's not how they work. I'm screaming through the car like Walter White.
Nice.
Silly pickles, no.
You need fire and acid, silly pickles. No.
Yeah.
No.
All right. Anything else from you?
Nope. That'll do it.
Okay. Well, next up is the troll. It's gonna go 5,
Yeah,
10,
let's go.
15.
I love this.
Just kind of swats this storage out of its way. And it's going to attempt to, oh wait, actually. It regenerates 10 health at the start of its turn, of course.
Okay, so silly pickles reads the text on the screen and now knows how it works.
Nope, that's not how it works.
Silly Pickles
So the
can't
troll
read
is going
English.
to, the troll is going to claw at Silly Pickles once. 19.
Yep, that is.
Alright, so that is 5 slashing damage because its weapons are not magical.
I suppose I'll cut that in half again. Why not?
Fair enough. Alright, it's going to claw at you again. 17 that time.
That one misses.
And it's going to bite you.
Ah, that one hits.
Alright, so that's another 5 piercing damage to you.
Mhm.
Alright, Dolce, you are up.
All right. Are the sturges, are they small enough for me to attempt to pass through their square, or is that only like tiny creatures?
I think they are tiny. I could be misremembering.
Yeah, I don't know. One sec. They are tiny. So, since they are tiny, yes, you should be able to pass through their square, no problem.
All right. Let me see if I can reach 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Left my phone in the other room. I'll be right back.
Okay.
It's on the kitchen table. Or the dining room table. No, he didn't heal me.
Oh well.
Maybe
I
he'll
never
find it
saw
in
him
time.
again.
Nope. Distant screaming. He stepped on the bell trap.
Okay. I think, you know what? Yeah, I'll just sorry to think about this. I will pull out the umbrella again. Well, I guess it was already out. I will strike at advantage since flanking with Daffodil Silly Pickles. Uh-huh. 16?
Yep, 16 does hit.
Wowee, minimum damage. Interesting. Let me try that again. Okay. This time, also minimum damage. Good thing Bralef. Oh, hello. You're not back, are you? I saw him. I saw his.
Oh yeah, I am back.
Wow, I've just dealt quite a bit of damage to this opponent of
good.
ours. Yes.
Well, we'll whittle him down eventually.
Yep. Definitely.
That's how trolls work.
Defeating him faster than his health that stays the same. I will end my turn. You got this.
Alright. Silly Pickles, you're up.
All right. Blockhead's gonna fly at him again. The 14 hit.
It does not.
Damn. Hiya! 17.
Yes.
14 bludgeoning damage.
Nice.
And I guess that'll be it for me.
Alright. Next up is the troll that is going to regain 10 health. And it's
Making
going-
great progress.
Yes. And it's going to start its turn by backhanding Dolce with an 11. That misses, I assume.
Phew, that is correct.
Alright, and now it's going to attempt to front hand Dolce and misses again. This is what it gets for trying to do cool shit. It's gonna drop the finesse and just try to bite your head off. See, it's really just gotta be true to itself, because that one's 19 for 6 piercing damage.
Okay. So it's at this point actually that as it reaches in to bite me, I'm going to invoke the active ability of Cloud Rune that
Let's
is present
go!
on my umbrella. I will go ahead and deplete the usage of it. I was about to be hit by this attack roll, but I'd like to use this reaction to choose the Sturge that is to its like northwest instead.
That one right there?
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed the ping. I looked over at the other
But yes.
screen. Yes, that's correct. Yeah, like as the mouth nears ever closer, I'll hold up my umbrella and you'll see that there's a rune inscribed on it, with I guess cloud giant magic that will divert its attack.
Convert it to Greg.
Range.
So I forgot that the Sturges were in this fight. I only remember the troll, so I actually didn't think I'd get use out of the cloud rune for this fight.
So again, until you finish a short or long rest. Well, yeah, I'm going to have to assume that soldiers have less than 19 AC. They have 14 AC. So, the troll does successfully do exactly what it tried to do, and it ate a Stolge. That was the plan. That was the plan all along.
Delicious.
Well, its goals achieved. It's going to graciously end its turn. And Dolce, you're up.
All right. So Dolce will stop playing around. She will kind of like hook the umbrella down, and she will pull out, she'll pull out a long banner. I guess a tall banner. The Standard of Night Ambush. She will grip it tightly with both hands, and she will try to pierce the troll straight through with it.
Nice. That does not hit, unfortunately.
That does suck. She will use the extra attack feature and try a second time.
That one does it.
Okay. Still getting used to fighting such a large creature since she hasn't fought a large creature of this size in quite some time. She rights herself and deals a whole whopping 4 damage.
Doing the God's walk there, Dolce.
She'll like grit her teeth, but otherwise she'll end her turn.
Yeah. Alright. Alright, Silly Pickles, you're up.
Alright. Well, Blockhead's gonna keep trying to smash this troll to pieces. That's more like it. 16 bludgeoning damage.
Nice.
And another 17 bludgeoning damage.
Progress. Woo!
And that will be the end of Silly Pickle's turn. She'll just kind of swat at the Sturge to her left.
Soldiers are going to move over here. to annoy Donan. I'll delete a couple of them to represent Donan and Yagua making progress on their end. Alright, so the troll is going to start by regenerating 10 health. And it's going to attempt to claw out Silly Pickle's non-existent eyes.
It
17.
fails.
It's gonna try again.
Ah.
It's gonna try again. It's really not having a great day. Dolce, you're up.
Okay. Dolce will try using the standard of night ambush again. She'll try to aim lower, perhaps for a thigh on this troll. A 15?
That hits.
Oh, nice. All right, 6 piercing, and she will do it again. With a
Yeah, that hits for
19
the
with the
advantage.
flank. For minimum damage.
Dolce, get it together.
She may switch to a different weapon next time. Not pleased with how this is. You know, she was hoping the long reach would work well against this large monster, but perhaps that is not the case. She'll end her turn.
Alright, Silly Pickles, you are up.
Blockade is going to keep doing what he does best. 16 bludgeoning damage. And holy shit, these damage rolls! Let's fucking go!
Alright, the troll goes down. The fight's over. We did it.
Haha, easy fight, Silly Pickle says, doing a very stupid and annoying dance
Alright.
over the corpse of the troll. And that'll end her turn since the combat is over.
Yep.
Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. Ha ha
The troll gets back up and regenerates
ha.
10.
Ha 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 ha.
Aha! It's around this time that Donan realizes that the two of you have not fought a troll before and aren't familiar with what you have to do. And he calls out to the two of you, "Douse it in oil from the lamps! Set it ablaze!" And this draws to your attention that the room is largely illuminated by oil lamps,
Ooh.
strewn all throughout the place, roughly one over every table, and several hanging on the walls. The troll is going to take its time to try to swing at the two of you. It's going to do 2 claw attacks on Silly Pickles and a bite attack on Dolce.
Mhm.
Miss. And I believe that bite on Dolce hits. Unless you got some other funky trick.
I will let this one hit.
Despite being shocked, Silly Pickles doesn't stop doing her stupid dance while the troll attempts to attack her.
Uh-huh. Of course, it's the Lucky Star dance.
Nice.
Alright. So that is the end of the troll's turn. At this point, you know the secret to how to beat it.
Okay. What is the action economy like if I were to take the oil? I guess, did he mean like douse it in, or like is the lamp lit? Does he mean like throw the lamp at the troll, or?
You'll have to douse it in oil and then set it on fire. And so basically, like, you're gonna have to use the oil from one lamp to douse it in the oil, and then you basically have to use either a fire attack of some kind or the lamp or the fire from another lamp to set it on fire.
Okay.
So like since there is like one lamp on every table, you could reasonably use the lamp that would be on this table right next to you and just toss the oil onto it, and then Silly Pickles could just launch the lamp that's on like this
True.
table,
Yes.
this table, into the troll.
Mhm.
Now, out of curiosity, what kind of action would it be to throw it? I imagine because there's a target involved that it's probably going to be a full action to douse it in the oil from the lamp.
Yeah, I would say so. Like, it
Sure.
would basically be free action to grab the lamp and get access to the oil, but then it would be like your action to throw the oil on it.
All right.
And you're basically just trying to hit it with a liquid that's spraying everywhere at that point, so I wouldn't even really make you roll. It's a big target.
All right. I will then go ahead and spend my turn. I'll like come over here, grab the lamp, open it, like unscrew the top so I can douse the troll in oil, setting things up for Daffodil's turn.
Alright. Then Silly Pickles, you're up.
So the troll is covered in oil.
Yes.
Let's see. No, it's Pickles is gonna grab a log from this fireplace and launch it at him.
Alright. Why not? Well, I'll ask you to make whatever your attack roll is with that.
Send it into the hole.
26.
Send it into the hole.
Whoops. Yeah, I would say that 26 hits.
So obviously it doesn't deal 16 bludgeoning damage,
Yeah.
but
Well, you definitely set it on fire, though.
did they give you the rules for how the oil works? Is it just like the flask of oil from the...
No, there
Players-
aren't any real rules for it.
But I mean, even if it's just 1 point of fire damage, that's
It is essentially on fire,
Mhm.
so its regeneration is stopped at that point.
And then with her second throw, she will try and finish him off and block it.
Yeah, sounds good. And that definitely hits.
Ha
Wad it down exactly then. Ugh. Yay! I forgot to add
Wahoo!
I forgot to add any kind of victory music for this one. So imagine victory music for yourselves. And we're gonna go back to the Yawning Portal song. Huzzah. Oop. Alright. Let's see. Donan at this point walks up to the two of you, gives you both a stiff nod, and says very bluntly, "You fought well," and then shoves the entire troll back down into the hole, fire and all.
Nice. Wee.
After a minute or two, you hear a loud thud at the bottom.
Nice.
Donan begins issuing instructions to various staff members begins issuing orders to various staff members to help him clean up, and one or two people go into a storage room and get new oil lamps for the tables.
I wish I had mending.
You only need the one.
What did you say though, Bralef?
I said you only need one lamp, because that's all we used.
Well,
A lamp and a log from the fireplace.
yeah, that's fine. That just means he's got to replace the log now.
Yes. Silly Pickles floats it back into the fireplace.
Amazing. So, with that being done, the patrons who had fled begin to slowly meander their way back into the building, followed by one fairly decorated gentleman wearing some puffy clothes, a nice hat, scarf, and sporting a well-maintained beard and mustache. And he greets the two of you by saying, "You be adventurers, am I right? I could use your help. Let's find a table to talk, shall we?"
Sure.
Yeah, I could use a break.
Awesome. Dude's gotta have a token, right? Okay, there we go. Gonna put Yagra over here. Wait. Yagra, one by one, drags the unconscious bandits out onto the street, and you can actually hear her out front giving a statement to some City Watch officials. And your new friend leads you guys over to the booth over here. Donan takes up his position.
Wait,
back.
is this? Oh shit! I was joking. Is this actually Volo?
Let's see. The man introduces himself, saying, "It is a pleasure to meet you, the two of you. I am Volothamp
Let's fucking go!
Gedalm, though my friends call me Volo. Dolce, you have actually been in Waterdeep for a little while, so while you have not necessarily met Volo in person, he is known to you by name and reputation. See. The figure who approached you, now known as Volo, adjusts his floppy hat and tightens his scarf. Volothamp Gedalm, chronicler, wizard, and celebrity at your service. I trust you've noted the violence in our fair city these past 10 days. 10 days in this case being the world 10 days. I don't really understand that, but whatever.
Yeah, that sounds like him.
Fortnite, I guess, whatever.
Yeah, that's how weeks work here.
Yeah. I haven't seen so much blood since my last visit to Baldur's Gate 3. But now I feel I have misplaced a friend amidst this odious malevolence. My friend's name is Floon Blagmore, the most D&D name I've ever fucking heard. He's got more beauty than brains, and I worry he took a bad way home a couple nights ago and was kidnapped. Or worse. If you agree to track him down with all due haste, I can offer you 100 dragons apiece now. And I can give you at least as much again when you find Floon. May I prevail upon you in my hour of need? The phrasing is familiar to you, Dolce, having been a resident of Waterdeep for some time. Silly Pickles, however, takes you a moment to realize what he means when he says 100 dragons, which the meaning is made much clearer when he hands you a bag of 100 gold pieces.
If you have 100 dragons, can't they go chase him down? Or oh,
Each gold piece, as is Waterdevian custom, is engraved with the appearance of a dragon.
he's giving us each 100 now.
With the promise of 100 more each, should you find his friend.
Yeah, we can probably find him.
Yeah, we can find your boyfriend for. I mean, we can find him.
Right. Thank you very much. I so greatly appreciate it. Let me give you the information that I have and hope that will help ease your search. Volo proceeds to describe his friend Floon as a handsome human male in his early 30s with wavy red blonde hair. He was dressed in princely garb when Volo last saw him. 2 nights ago, before Floon disappeared, he and Volo were drinking and merrymaking at the Skewered Dragon, a dark body tavern on the Dark Ward. Volo recommends that the two of you start your search there. As he explains what happened, it becomes clear he's a bit embarrassed about what happened and seems to blame himself for his friend's disappearance. As he believes that it was his idea for the two of them to go out drinking 2 nights back. He explains that they drank and gambled for a few hours and then Volo left to go home. And that was the last time he saw Floon, and it has again been 2 days since.
Oh, no worries, Volo. We'll be sure to find your friend. Things happen. These things happen. We'll take care of it.
Yeah.
I thank you both so very much. So, with that, you have accepted your first quest of Waterdeep Dragon Heist to find Volo's friend Floon. Such a fucking D&D name. I would expect to hear the name Floon on like a gnome, but the fact that they gave that to a human feels very silly.
Maybe he's a gnome in disguise.
I mean, I have access to the DM notes, so I'm gonna have to say that's probably not the case. I mean, like, they spoil shit, like, instantly for the DM, you know?
Yeah. And I've met him. I know he's not a gnome or a
Whoa, spoilers.
But yeah, Skewer Dragon, a game to go that way. Are there any NPCs that look like they have like speech bubbles above them as if they are targets for conversation?
There aren't any speech bubbles here that indicate quest information, but you are certainly free to go try to strike up conversation with Yagra or Donan.
I'll defer to Bralef. We have our heading. If you're interested in speaking with either of them, then I'm game. But if you want to get cracking, I'm cool too.
Let's get cracking. We can talk to them if we get stuck.
Okay. I will bow to Volo as I excuse myself out of the table. All right. We're off to the Skewer Dragon. We'll find your friend, all right?
All right. Well then, I'll bring you guys over to the map of Waterdeep. Feel free to become immediately overwhelmed by by how fucking massive this map is. I actually have
How
no
big
idea.
could it be? Jesus Christ!
I actually have no idea where you are.
Oh.
There you are.
I think we're.
Right there. So the Dark
Yeah.
Ward is south of here. I have no intention of actually like using this map proper in the form of like you guys are here. If you guys want to go to the Dark Ward, it would be due south at this distance. It would take you about 3 days travel. Make sure to pack your rations.
They got taxis around.
No, they don't. Fuck you.
Gut Alley, Black Purse Lane, Knife's Edge, Fish Gut Court,
I will say.
Nail Street.
Whale.
Oh my. All you gotta know, Bralef, is you want to stay away from the pores out in the field ward.
Is there like entries for all this shit?
No.
Okay.
Thankfully. I mean, I guess there might be. Like, so here's the thing. The book, chapter 1, where we are, starts on page 21 of the book. So before that, it's going over oh, look at that. Yagra is actually supposed to have a stat block. Goddamn, but she's actually just supposed to be a thug.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Neat. Anyway, yeah, it goes over like useful and important information about Waterdeep in general, the factions at play. There's an entire page or two just dedicated to how you're supposed to pronounce shit. There's like a full-on pronunciation guide. There's one page that's just like roughly talking about the different chapters of the game. There's an entry about what happens to players if they break the law. Fun stuff like that. So like somewhere in there, maybe there's information on all of this crap, but I'm never gonna read that. I skipped over basically everything that I just described to get right to the adventure itself, because like any context that you need, is basically gonna be explained like in the chapter itself. So Dolce, having been in Waterdeep previously, you have now heard that that Floon was last seen in the Dark Ward, which is just due south of where the Yawning Portal is. So you can just head straight there, but if there is anything else in town that you were hoping to accomplish first, then we can look into that.
I don't have any pressing matters at this time. I'm game to go straight to the Skewer Dragon.
There.
All right. Well then, I will place you in the Dark Ward.
I know that in preparation for my second campaign, I like had ruled that Dolce was just around. She joined like the city guard for like a year since the events of the first campaign. One of my DMs actually gave me like relevant pages of Volo's guide to to Waterdeep.
Oh yeah, it's Volo's Waterdeep Enkai Vidion.
But yeah, that's just me musing. Back to you.
It is Splendors. So just for expediency's sake, you did end up, you basically would have taken about going over here and then down Snail Street, just so you don't have to make too many twists and turns on your way here. On your path alongside Snail Street, you walked alongside the outskirts of the Trades Ward, where you did notice a small, relatively new-looking shop that did not seem to have any patrons in it. It's labeled Maybell's Mystic Finds, but the two of you continued on your way down to the dock wall. And let's see, what's the book say? The book, rather disappointingly, doesn't actually give me a map for the Dark Ward, which is very disappointing, but oh well. Add. Okay, there we go. Do kind of wish that the game gave me like a Dark Ward specific map, but it's fine. So, the Dark Ward is, let's see. Well, wait, actually. The Dark Ward is a part of the city that has seen better days. It primarily houses fish markets, warehouses, the people who couldn't afford to live anywhere else. And these days in particular, as Volo vaguely implied, it's been seeing a stark uptick in violence lately. Rumors have been going hostilities recently, to the point of open bloodshed in the streets. And shortly after you enter the Dark Ward, you turn a corner and find yourselves on a street that has been cordoned off by the City Watch. Lying on the cobblestones are a half dozen corpses, seemingly the victims of some terrible skirmish. Watch officers have disarmed and arrested 3 blood-drenched humans and are in the midst of questioning witnesses. One of the officers sees the two of you and very coldly says, "Get on, nothing to see here."
Are we able to do the before we get it on before we got it on? Were we able to get a glimpse of what like the corpses, like what race or lineage they were? If they had any identifiable markings on their arms or heads?
Give me 1 sec. It's not super easy to notice anything in particular, but as you pass by, one of the bandits briefly like looks up at the two of you, glares a little bit, and then returns his gaze to the cobblestone streets on which he kneels. And as he turns his head away again, you're just barely able to capture catch a glimpse of what looks to be a snake tattooed on the back of his neck.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Does that have any significance to us?
It might have significance to Dolce.
Mhm.
Could I get an advantaged history check from Dolce?
Yeah, I can try to remember about what these losers are up to.
Mhm.
With an 18.
Nice. For reasons that we shan't get into in polite company, Dolce, you are familiar with that marking as it marks a member of the Zentrum, a long-held rival of the Xanathar's gang, or the Xanathar's guild, if you will. Which lends credence to the rumors that that there are two rival gangs fighting in the streets. Those gangs being the Zentrum and the Xanathar's guild.
Don't forget, did Dolce work for one of those two?
Yes. Xanathar Guild.
With this newfound context, you may recall the bandit, what was his name, Krentz, that had the eye tattoos on his head.
Mm-hmm.
Indicating he's from Xanathar's.
He just may be. They tend to like their eye symbology.
Silly Pickles doesn't know this, but Xanathar's the beholder, right?
Yes. The symbol of the Xanathar Guild is a circle with a dot in the center and 10 lines jutting off from the circle as well to represent a beholder.
Gotcha.
And it's one massive eye and it's 10 small eye stalks.
Yeah, you remember the art of other Dolce that I got, right? And the
No, but I'd
situation with her
recognize it if you showed
eyes.
us.
Yeah, I'll just throw that in here.
And to reiterate the theme we're looking at, so we've got a few seeming members of the rival gang covered in blood and being like interrogated / questioned or arrested.
Yeah, they got arrested. But yes, there are what appears to be 3 members of the Zentrum here being arrested after a skirmish between the Zentrum and the Xanathar's Guild.
Gotcha.
Nice. That's clever. I like that.
Thanks.
Oh, nice.
But yeah,
So-
unless you wanted to interact with him, I wasn't planning on.
Yeah, no, I'll leave it to your discretion since you seem to be more knowledgeable and associated.
Well, I try to be, or at least I'm trying not to metagame. So like if it's like at the beginning where I was like, you take over here, so you can make the choice. But here, it's honestly, I just felt like, I feel like, in the situation, like, okay, the cop said to move it along. Some bandits from that, rival guild insinuating that they're on par with the Xanathar's guild. But I figure I just keep going. We have a quarry to catch. This
I'll follow.
flume person.
Alright. So from there you move on, continuing to wander throughout the Dark Ward. Tall, densely packed tenements leave most of the neighborhood in shadow at ground level. Most of the street lamps have had their glass smashed and their candles stolen, and the smell of salt ale and excrement lingers as you pass by rows and rows of rundown business.
Delicious.
As you continue wandering, you come across the corner of two streets. Let's see if I can actually find these. Yes, there we go. Right here. Make it a little bit smaller now. At the corner of Zastro Street and Fillet Lane, a shop with a peculiar. You spy a shop with a peculiar window display right around here where Blockhead is. One nearby shop stands out from the others. It has a deep purple facade, and in its window hangs a stuffed beholder. Above the door hangs a sign whose elaborate letters spell out Old Zoblob Shop.
I don't know what that means, but I like the sound of it. Let's go inside.
Yeah, we were headed to the Skewer Dragon, but yeah, there might be something in here that could help us with this missing persons case. Let's go in.
We go in.
Excellent.
Ooh, I have not seen a map for this place. Exciting.
Thank you. I stole it.
Ooh.
It doesn't exist. I don't know why it doesn't exist, but it doesn't exist. Anyway. A cloud of lavender-scented purple smoke trails out of the shop's door as you peer inside. Every wall is painted purple, and every dusty knick-knack on the shelves is dyed a deep violet. The hairless old gnome, sitting cross-legged on the counter, wears plum-colored robes. His cheeks are decorated with 9 purple face-painted eyes. The gnome lowers a pipe and exhales a cloud of lavender smoke before raising a hand. Hail and well met! Come, browse the shelves of the most curious curiosity shop in the world. And where are all my goddamn handouts?
Well met. Ooh. Oh. Like, hello there, fellow. Interesting.
Are you old Zoblob?
Indeed I am, by technicality alone. Not my original name, granted, but when I took over this here shop, I tried to name it after myself, but people only ever called it the Old Zoblob Shop, like it was originally named. Decided to take the name on myself. So, pleasure to meet you. I'm Zoblob.
Where'd you get this art?
Google.
Cool. So what kind of shop is this anyway?
It's a curiosity shop, of course. People come in, they trade in old useless but fun trinkets. I take them off their hands, improve them in what ways I can, and then sell them off to the next person whose eye they catch.
Well, I am more than happy to make some investments here.
Well, by all rights, feel free to peruse my wares.
We peruse the wares.
I am wearing the peruses.
Mm-hmm. Give me one moment.
Oh. Frantic. Ominous.
Oh my god, he's reaching his final form.
So in the first timeline, Dolce purchased a tutu and an umbrella from this very establishment.
Mm.
They were both a particular, I'll say a particular style. I'll elaborate later.
Nice. Well, as you peruse his wares, 5 items of note stick out to you. You spy a piece of parchment that is a fragment to a beautiful song, written as musical notes on 2 pieces of parchment, written entirely in purple ink. You also find half of a floor plan for a temple.
Nice.
So, the architect got bored, got fired, or got killed about halfway through the planning phase. Find a mosaic tile with a multicolored glazed surface, and more accurate to say multi-hued or multi-shaded, as each different color is a different shade of purple, but it still comes together to create the image flawlessly. You find a black pirate flag adorned with a dragon's skull and crossbones.
Ooh.
Nice.
And lastly, a metal urn containing the ashes of a long fallen hero.
Ooh.
I possess the ashes. No.
Zablob, I must tell you, these are some fantastic wares. I'm kind of curious. What does this mosaic tile do? Is it merely for decoration? Which, don't get me wrong, I'm all for. I just wanted to know if it does anything fancy.
I must confess, I do not deal in magical items. Magic tends not to do especially well in terms of, well, I don't want to say it doesn't move. It almost seems like it flies off the shelves. The problem is that when it goes, there usually isn't money left behind in my coffers to compensate, if you catch my drift.
Yeah.
So, I do not deal in magical trinkets, merely decorative ones.
All right.
You never know when some new you never know when some new thing can come into your life and completely reshape your entire worldview.
True. Well,
Silly pickles with your passive. You have a passive perception of 15, right?
16 now.
Nice. Well, shortly after, right as he makes mention of something coming into your life and changing your worldview, you notice for but a brief second, his eyes flick over to the stuffed beholder on the window.
Hmm.
And then immediately come back to focus on the two of you.
Normal behavior. So, Zablob, how much for the tile and how much for the fragment to this beautiful song written entirely in purple ink?
I can give you the mosaic tile for 3 gold pieces, and the fragment of the song for 2.
Okay. Well, I will mull it over. Let me not step on. Well, sorry, looking over at Daffodil, who doesn't technically have toes. Anything that you were interested in before I make this purchase? I didn't know if you were really into this tile, but
No, I'm interested in the pirate flag.
that was pretty cool.
How much for that?
I can part with the pirate flag for 5 gold pieces.
And what about that stuffed beholder in the window?
Good question.
Beholder, I'm afraid, is not for sale. You can think of it as something of a mascot. In fact, it is a stuffed depiction of the beholder that this shop is named after, the original Zoblob.
Is there a story behind it?
Probably.
Oh, sure. I'll buy the pirate flag.
Excellent. That'll be 5 gold pieces, please.
I'll hand it over.
He bites one of the gold pieces. He licks his lips. He adds the gold pieces to his coffers and writes up a receipt of sale for you.
Nice. When he finishes that, I will go ahead and plop my 5 gold on the table, interested in the tile and the parchment.
He takes your gold, bites one of the pieces, licks his lips again, adds the gold to his coffers, and writes you up a receipt of sale for your 2 new trinkets.
I thank him. I tuck away the receipt and I contemplate where to, incorporate these into my lineup.
Nice.
But yeah, does anything else catch our eyes in here? All 3 of them, or 5, or 6 times. How many eyes does Blockhead have? I imagine it's less than 12. Maybe he's winking at one
Depends.
of them. I don't like that answer.
Then
Dolce might have figured out by now that she has definitely seen Blockhead have more than 6 faces total.
Mm-hmm. Anyway. Delicious.
Nonsense. Sort of bullshit I'd expect me to pull.
Okay, but yeah, I've got nothing else in here technically.
Silly Pickles, will add the pirate flag to her armor as a cape.
You know what? I was thinking like it would make a really good cape. Perfect.
Brilliant. I hope to one day see Silly Pickles in a piece of artwork, wearing full plate, doing like a JoJo pose, the pirate flag cape billowing in the background. Alright, well, is that all you guys wanted to do here?
I think I'm good.
Yep.
Alright. Very well then. I will move you back to our map of Waterdeep, and I will move the song back over to... No, don't just immediately restart the same song. And... where the hell are you guys? Okay, right down there.
But yeah, given the tile, the parchment, actually, I'm sure you can imagine that I had purchased before, a purple umbrella and a purple tutu.
Yep. It took me astonishingly long to figure out, to like actually notice that there was a very intentional theme of everything being purple in there. So from now you continue onward with your investigation, and before long, nestled amongst an alley between Fillet Lane, where you are now, and Net Street down here, so somewhere in this general vicinity, you find the Skewer Dragon.
Wahoo!
The Skewer Dragon looks like a ruin. Both its front-facing windows are smashed, and a ship's anchor is lodged in the roof. Through windows, you can see a group of haggard patrons drinking from huge tankards.
All right, we found the place. This is where Volo and Loon were carousing. Let's see if we can find any clues. I am ready to step in unless something else happens beforehand.
The bar explode. Now we enter.
We sadly do not have a map for this, which is a little annoying. It's just it's one of those same things with like Wild Beyond the Witchlight. They're just kind of cheaped out on the maps. So everywhere you look in this tavern, you can spy one of two things: an empty table, much more like far more frequently than anything else, and occasionally a table occupied by 2 to 3 drunk dockwalkers, mumbling and grumbling amongst themselves. Occasionally, you notice one of them briefly look over in your direction and then focus back on their drink, grumbling even more. Beyond that, no one gives you any further attention.
Silly Pickles will saunter up to the bar.
The barkeep, a man who has very clearly seen better days, but his mustache has very clearly never been final.
Nice.
It's clearly like one of the most important things he's got going in his life at this point, and honestly, good for him.
All right, we shave him.
We all need a
Damn.
hobby.
War crime.
He looks up at you, is about to ask if he can get you anything, sees that you're a ghost, and just... What do you want?
We were looking for a guy named, what was his name?
Floon. You're looking for a man named Floon Bagmaw, I think it was. I gotta go double check.
Better than my guess of Floon Dragoon.
Silly Pickles says his name, and then she gives his description as given by Volo.
Fuck is this guy's name, actually? It's Volo's Guide to Monsters. What the hell actually is this guy's name? Come on. Floon Blagmaw. I missed the L. Blagmaw, not Bagmaw. Okay. Yeah. So you give the name Floon Blagmaw and the general description.
Yep.
Let's see. Ballkeep says, "The name doesn't sound familiar. The description vaguely does, but I see so many people here so frequently. Remember, the establishment is all but empty right now.
Yep.
I see so many people so frequently. I can't remember faces. I can't tell one drunk from another. I would say ask around to the patrons. Maybe some of them remember."
Okay. I mean, not that I specifically asked, but that is good to know that we can address the patrons directly.
All right, thanks. And Silly Pickles will he'll put a silver piece on the counter as a thanks.
That's nice of you.
Dude's eyes go wide.
Boy.
He very quickly pockets it.
Nice.
Alright. So, you leave the bartender alone and you move on to the patrons, is that correct?
Correct.
I think I'll
Gotcha.
try to assist with the patrons. Like, if there's like 3, then maybe I'll take every other one or something in a conversation.
The patrons act as one collective unit, very effectively forcing out any outsider, such as you two. As you approach and attempt to get their attention, it becomes readily apparent that you will not get their attention easily. They are actively and willfully ignoring you.
I will pull out a silver piece.
A silver piece is not to be ignored, and you very quickly have the entire group's attention.
We're looking for an individual who was last seen here. I think 2 days ago, was it? Like 2 days ago. Looks like this. Gives the description that Volo gave Daffodil that she gave to the barkeep, that I have heard at least that one time, if not the second time earlier when Volo said it. And I like hold up the piece since I brought it up as if to say that it is gonna go to anyone who can give me the correct answer.
One of them chimes in and says, "Yeah, that description sounds familiar. I think he was here. I think he came in with some older guy with a full face, with a full beard and mustache. Very well kept. I can't respect the man, but I can definitely respect the beard." Another one chimes in to say, "Yeah, but that bearded fellow left the other guy pretty early on. I think someone else showed up a little while after that." Third guy chimes in, "Yeah, it was the Neverember kid. Remember his dad was the last open lord of the city. What was his name? Daggalt? Neverember?" And the first guy goes, "Oh, that kid. Chip off your block, that one," he says with clear disdain. "Just another spoiled rich noble who likes to rub our noses in it." Comes... collectively, they are able to remember their whole story and explain that the 2 people at that point, who you can now identify as Floon Blagmore, your quarry, and his friend and new character in the story, Vanir Neverember. Let me copy and paste that one for you guys. The two of them hung out here for a little while. They drank a few rounds and they played a few rounds of some game called Three Dragon Ante before they left around midnight. And shortly, and just about the same time that they left, 5 men followed them out, and no one in the tavern knows what happened after that, but they do know that none of those people have come back to the tavern in the last 2 days since.
Okay. I will, because I was holding up the silver piece, I'm gonna, like, twist my hand, and now I'm holding 3 silver pieces in my hand, and I will, like, toss them so that each of our conversation partners gets a silver piece. I will ask if they are able to, because they mentioned the kid of the last open lord.
Uh-huh.
If that and the kid still lives with like his dad, and if so, where last open lord lives.
That Neverember guy isn't anywhere in this city at this point.
Okay.
Oh, but didn't you hear? They say he stashed away 500,000 dragons. Before he got ousted from the position. They say that's actually why the gangs are fighting each other. There's something out there that can lead someone to wherever Daggelt Neverember stashed his 500,000 dragons. And it sounds like one of the gangs had it, the other one might have stolen it, and now we've got an all-out war between them.
You don't say.
Hmm.
Here in Waterdeep, 500,000 dragons. Huh. Waterdeep dragons. Anyway.
Imagine the kind of good he could have done with that kind of money if he actually used it to improve the city like he was supposed to. And then another guy chimes in, "Fuck that! Should have given it to me. I could have torn this whole damn city around."
Yeah. I'm with you all. Would have been nice.
One of the guys mumbles under his breath, "I might not have lost my house if I had that kind of money."
I look sadly pitying at him as if to say, that's rough, buddy, but in facial expression form.
Yeah. Now that the mood has been thoroughly sullied,
Woohoo!
one of the guys chimes in with some new information, as if to give you a new clue to get you to leave. He speaks up and says, "The 5 guys what followed your 2 friends out 2 nights ago haven't been back since, but they weren't unknown here. They've been seen going in and out of a warehouse on Candle Lane pretty frequently. Look for the snake symbol on the door."
Dolce
Might
spits
just-
off to the side. Snake symbol. Sorry. Go ahead.
Maybe that's where you'll find your friends, or what's left of them anyway.
Thanks for the tips. Dolce will, like, make a butterfly with her hands, and 3 more silver pieces appear, and she'll, like, toss them to their conversation targets again.
They very quickly and greedily snatch them up.
All right, I will whisper in low tones to Daffodil Silly Pickles. Hey, looks like we should probably check out Candle Lane. Look out for a snake symbol on the door. Anything else you wanted to ask them?
He's always invisible on Discord, so it's hard to tell.
Oh, hello. Sorry. Roll20 gave me a disconnect message real quick, and so I imagine I must have disappeared for a sec after I asked Bralef if Daffodil wanted to do anything else.
No, it sounds like we got all the info we need, or at least to go from here.
All right. Well, then I am ready. Let's look at this map, actually. Candle Lane. Where is it on here? Odd Lane. Cedar Street. Candle Lane up there. All right. Well, I'm game to head that way if the path is open and not obstructed by NPCs who are like, oh yes, we have some business to attend to here, blocking the way.
Yeah.
Oh wow, goddamn, that's surprisingly full. Okay. I would have expected it to go closer to the docks, but whatever. Okay. So you guys just heading straight there?
Yeah.
I think so. The only place that I would have been interested in visiting, it was like that first shop we passed by on the way down, but that's a little bit more out of the way, and I'm sure if we ever head back up to like the Yawning Portal, we can pass it on the way. So yeah, I'm game to go straight to Candle Lane.
Fair enough. Head up there for you.
Thank you.
Buildings on either side of Candle Lane are so tall and so tightly packed together that light touches the street only at high sun, which I have to assume is noon.
Interesting. I have to assume that as well, I guess.
Gloom envelops a narrow alley as dark as a dungeon, and as odorous as one, too. Nearly all the street lamps have been smashed. The only light that pierces the darkness is a faint flickering from down the lane like a distant candle.
Ooh. Ominous.
As you approach the source of the light, the two of you, being adventurous sorts, are easily able to recognize that there is a single light, its glass still shattered, but the lamp is kept alight by a continual flame spell. There is a warehouse directly across the street from the lamp, which illuminates a black winged snake printed on the door, printed above the door's handle, which the two of you can now easily recognize as the symbol of the Zentarum.
Dolce spits on the ground. Also, I will defer to
And it do-
Bralef for this lane.
Every time.
That's what I'm feeling. That's what I'm feeling for her.
I will defer to Lightning on this one.
Okay.
Dolce and Silly Pickles just stand there forever.
How far are we from the marking with a snake?
Give me 1 second,
Yes.
actually.
Mhm. I guess. Does this mean there isn't a map for this lane, like outside?
There is. I'm trying to
Okay, sorry.
to
Just had to double
determine where on that you guys should be right now. I'm gonna go the simple route. Okay, game, what are we doing here? Dynamic lighting is not supposed to be on. I have told you a million times not to do dynamic lighting. Wow. Curious at this point, actually. Let's see what happens here.
I do apologize.
And I'm assuming that you can not see anything.
That's
Is this
correct. It's as if I, as a person, were dropped into this lane and perhaps couldn't see the candle, the one thing of light. Yeah, so sorry, nothing.
Strange and annoying and confusing. Okay. Oh. Gotta put you right back there for a moment while I fix this stuff. Alright, how about now?
Aha, I see a corner.
Aha!
Yeah, I was trying to... The game defaulted to dynamic lighting, so I was trying to find a way to make that work. Because the ultimate big reason for dynamic lighting, for not doing dynamic lighting in the future, has always just been that it lagged the game like mad. But it hasn't been lagging the game, so I was like, well, might as well give it a shot. But couldn't figure out how to make it work, annoyingly. Maybe I'll play around with that later. Okay, so let's see how. So the warehouse is a 2-story building. There are a couple things of note right up front. You can see, what was it again? You're able to see a door right here, a large warehouse loading door, and a small window that has been painted over. You're free to begin exploring and doing stuff.
Wait, what is this? Is this like a gate or something?
Ah, right, yes. There is a tall fence here and a closed gate.
How tall is the fence? Wish I were an Echo Knight right now.
It says a high fence. Though, if you were to try the gate, you can note it is unlocked.
Ooh. I want to hope. I might potentially eat shit, but I would like to vault over the fence like some sort of majestic acrobatic being.
Fair enough. It doesn't give a height. It just says a high fence. So I'm gonna have to assume that that's like 10 feet up.
Okay. Infinitely high.
How high would it see?
That's a hell of a vault.
5e 10. When you make a high jump, you leap into the air a number of feet equal to 3 plus your strength modifier if you move at least 10 feet on foot immediately before the jump. When you make a standing high jump, you can only jump half that distance. In some circumstances, your DM might allow you to make a strength check to jump higher than you normally can. So, what's your strength modifier?
It's not the best. I was kind of eyeing my acrobatics modifier, but my strength is just 1 right now.
Ouch. So you could, with a high jump without a check, you
It's
can
like 4 feet.
you can get 4 feet off of the ground
With a running jump.
with a running jump. Yep.
All right. Dolce will sadly
if-
tuck her 7 acrobatics away and just unlock the gate, or like open the gate since you said it was unlocked.
Yeah, you can at least give it a shot. Give me an acrobatics check. I'm gonna say that the DC is gonna be 20 because you gotta get 6 extra feet out of this shit.
Sure. Let's see. Unfortunate.
So
You
close.
got real close. You definitely about roughly your top half cleared the distance.
Mhm.
The bottom half did not.
Yeah.
So you do kind of like get caught on your stomach. It kind of takes the wind out of you. Like it's basically just like getting punched in the stomach by a dude. So you all able to like hit the fence, lodge onto it, and you just kind of flop over and then land on your back on the other side. And as you do, the force of your impact kind of like nudges the gate open.
That's funny. I did it. I'm in.
Gate swings open and back and lightly hits you on the head. Hawk at 4.5.
It's generous of you. Don't she like gets up, like she gets up into a seated position, like with her like kind of like knees up, and then she'll try to get up.
Your stomach hurts, your back hurts, your head hurts. It's not your day.
Silly Pickles will float Blockhead, and he'll effortlessly fly over the...
Honestly, just mean at this point.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I could just take out my frustrations on our victims inside.
Yeah. So this window's painted over, right?
That is correct. Yes.
Wish
What's
I'd-
your passive perception again?
16.
16. Okay.
Wish I had pressed the digitation, or whichever one lets you like unsoil. Well, I don't know if like being painted over counts. I guess while you go over there, I'm gonna go see if I can hear anything coming from the other side of this door.
Give me an active perception check.
Damn. A mere 13.
A mere 13. So you're able to, you can hear a little bit. You can hear someone rummaging around in there.
Okay. What is Daffodil's verdict for that window over there? Does it look like she's gonna be trying to do anything in particular?
Yeah, she'll go through it.
Hmm.
Armor will clatter to the ground as she phases through the wall.
Almost close to the ground, you say?
Yep.
All right, just in case if anyone comes out of this door, I'm gonna get my weapon ready to strike at them.
Clatters to the ground completely silently. Blockhead catches it all.
Ah. Look at all this normal good people stuff that only non-criminals keep around. They're probably just boxes.
Oh, damn it. I've been muted this whole time.
Ah.
So
Thank
you,
yous.
God damn it all. So, you got inside, and unfortunately, the clatter of your armor alerted whoever was in here. With your passive perception, you were actually able to hear them start rushing around the warehouse, presumably getting into cover, and that's all well and good up until two of them rounded the corner to hide behind something back here and immediately spotted you after you entered the warehouse. The two of them squawk in alert and begin the fight as you have now spoiled their ambush. And I am going to call it there for the night as we are about to get into the next fight, and I wanted to call it at 2 o'clock anyway.
Okay. Works for me. Start things off with a bang next time.
All right. Well, that was a fun folk session.
Hell yeah.
Indeed.
All right. Well then, we will call it there for the night, and we will pick this up, I guess, in 2 weeks.
All right. I'm excited for
That
next
sounds
time.
good. Yay! Me too.
Whoa. Episode 2, here we come.
Hopefully, we'll be able to finish this one for you.